Sunnylanka. I'm your host Priya, and today we will be making a quick vegetable curry, and that is jackfruit, green jackfruit. I'm using it out of a tin, Polos, with tamarind, and it is so quick to make. It's very easy, so let's get to the ingredients. I have here 1 medium onion chopped up, 3 to 4 cloves of garlic chopped, a handful of curry leaves. I'm using fresh curry leaves today. 1 green chili that I have cut into small pieces, and 1 marble size ball of tamarind that I will be dissolving in water. Half cup of thick coconut milk. Here is my green jackfruit out of the can, and these are pretty large pieces, so I'm going to be cutting them down just a little further into bite-sized pieces. And now for the spices, I have a 1/4 teaspoon of mustard seeds, 1 teaspoon of fenugreek seeds, a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1 teaspoon of coriander powder, and 2 tablespoons of chili powder. My chili powder is not too hot, so I'm using 2 tablespoons. If not, you can manage the amount to come out to 2 tablespoons between chili powder and paprika. You want nice red color in this dish. And optional, we will be using some dried shrimp. It's called kuniso in Sinhala, and they are very tiny shrimp. You get them at the Sri Lankan stores. If not, it is optional. If you want to make it an all-vegetarian dish, you can leave that out. Water to dissolve the tamarind in. It depends how much gravy you want. So here I have about 2 cups of water, and the usual salt to taste and oil for frying. So let's get to it. I'm using a clay pot today. Okay, so while the stove is heating up, or the pot is heating up rather, I'm just going to put salt into my dissolved tamarind and just give it a mix so it gets a chance. I don't need to cook my jackfruit because it is cooked already, so it's okay for me to put in the salt, but otherwise I would not put in the salt now, and I could add it in later. It'll just help the jackfruit cook sooner. Okay, so I have cut up my jackfruit into the bite-sized pieces, and I'm just going to add in all of the tamarind, just making sure that I don't get all of the the grit at the bottom. And that's what I'm left with, and you gotta be careful. You could also use a strainer and just strain it out. Okay, so that's ready to go, and my stove is, my pot is heated up, so let's get okay cooking. So the pot is nice and heated up. I'm just gonna put in my oil, 1 tablespoon, and just help to spread the oil around. And I'm just doing that so that the clay pot doesn't dry out. Now I can add in my mustard seeds. You hear your mustard seeds crackling. You can add in your fenugreek seeds, and don't let them burn. So I'm gonna add in my onions. And give that a good mix. Fenugreek seeds are very good for digestion, and they have so many healing properties, as well as it's said to be really good for your hair, nails, and all that. So, okay, I want the onions to slightly soften. I'm going to add in my green chilies and garlic. instead of the green chili, if you're really brave, you could also add in Scotch bonnet pepper, and those are the red small balloon shaped peppers, and they are used quite commonly in Sri Lanka, and this is one of those curries that you can use it in because it's a vegetable and it has sort of a meaty texture, the jackfruit. You can use a little bit of spice in the curry. Okay, so the onions are slightly browned at this point, not yet caramelized or anything like that, at which point I can add in my dry curry leaves, as well as the dry shrimp. The reason I didn't want to add in my curry leaves a little earlier was I want them to be nice and fresh, and so you feel the flavor of the curry leaves, especially because I'm using fresh curry leaves. If you were using the frozen or dried ones, then it wouldn't make a difference. You could have added them in earlier. Okay, so now I'm going to add in my my jackfruit. I'm adding in my turmeric powder, my coriander powder, and my chili powder. Give that a good mix. And the gravy is more than enough. I had 2 cups of water, so, and we are going to add in the coconut milk as well. So now, because I've added in the spice powders at the end, I'm going to put it on a medium-low and let the raw taste of the powders cook out. So bring this up to a boil and then drop it down to a simmer. So I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Okay, so it's been 5 minutes and the curry has come up to a boil. And you can see that the oil is separating on top. And now everything, the spice powders that we put in are cooked. So now we just want to thicken the gravy because it's pretty watery. At this point you can also test for salt and add in salt to taste. Because I've added in salt earlier, I just needed to add only a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to drop my heat down to simmer and let it cook. I want the gravy to reduce slightly, so I'm going to leave it open. But if your amount of gravy is correct, then you can just put a lid on it and cook it for another 10 minutes or so. So I'll be back. Okay, so now it's been 10 minutes and you can see that the curry has thickened up. Tamarind generally has that tendency to thicken up a curry as well. So at this point now I'm going to add in my thick coconut milk. Give that a mix. Okay. And it's a very nice creamy curry at this point. And I'm going to just let the coconut milk warm up slightly. And that's it. After you cook it, because I'm cooking in a clay pot, I like it to sit in the clay pot for a bit before I serve it. So let me get back to you when I dish it out. The curry is done. I'm just going to wait till I see the coconut milk starting to bubble up like it is right now. And I can turn off the stove. And it's ready to dish out. After about 5 to 10 minutes. Let it sit in the pot and get comfortable, rested before I dish it out. I'll be back. So there you go, folks. Today's dish, green jackfruit in tamarind and coconut cream. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. it was so easy to make. This is a very quick vegetable dish that you can prepare, and the tiny shrimp, dried shrimp that I've added in just adds a little extra flavor. It is optional, you can leave it out. This dish goes very well with string hoppers or idiapa if you want to see how to make those. I have a video on that as well. Or even with just a bowl of steaming white rice. So thanks for watching once again, and until next time, ayubowan.